I had a very bad perceptions about Malaysia, unfortunately.
Oh, okay, really? Before you came?
Before I came,
Because this is your first time, right?
this is my first time in Malaysia. I was thinking, oh, our Malaysians brother not doing enough for Palestine, but it totally changed my mind. Such a
On a
blessed.
daily basis. I will have to explain it. So, just to give you an example, in Poland, it's a very Slavic culture. People usually have a little bit cold personality. So when you walk on the street, people don't usually smile. People get stressed out or angry or tense very easily. To make you understand, I will give some of the situations that happened to me in Malaysia and in Poland and what is the reactions.
Locate my body, soul, and working Wi-Fi. I'm fluent in La, if I keep it under doctor-recommended doses. Sulamat pagi, terima kasih, and tolong, because that's the vibe of this call. Look, I can blend. I will not...
Stood out for me most on this lecture tour of Malaysia that I just returned from. The adab of the people.
Kadang-kadang, kita yang lahir dan membesar di Malaysia ini rasa semuanya biasa sahaja. Kita lihat jalan yang sama setiap hari, makan makanan yang sama setiap hari, jumpa orang yang sama setiap hari, sampai kita rasa tiada apa yang istimewa. Tetapi bila orang luar datang ke Malaysia dan mereka mula bercerita tentang Malaysia dari sudut pandangan mereka, tiba-tiba kita yang terdiam. Kerana apa yang mereka nampak indah, kita sudah lama tidak nampak. Apa yang mereka rasa istimewa, kita sudah lama tidak rasa. Dan dari cerita mereka lah, kita mula melihat Malaysia dengan cara yang berbeza. Orang luar selalu kata, Malaysia adalah negara yang sangat mudah untuk hidup. Mudah cari makan, mudah bergerak, mudah sewa rumah, mudah berkawan. Di negara mereka, semua benda mahal dan kehidupan sangat laju. Tetapi di Malaysia, mereka kata kehidupan masih ada ruang untuk bernafas. Masa tidak terlalu mengejar, manusia masih sempat duduk minum bersama, masih sempat pulang makan dengan keluarga. Bila mereka cerita begitu, kita mula terfikir, betul juga, Malaysia tidak sempurna, tapi Malaysia selesa untuk hidup.
While the world is arguing, Southeast Asia is building in silence. Look at the noise happening in many Western countries. Political fight, culture wars, and economic uncertainty. It's loud. Now, look at Southeast Asia. No headlines, no shouting, just construction cranes, factories, tech hub, ports expansion. Countries like Malaysia are quietly becoming manufacturing and tech powerhouse. Semiconductors, palm innovation, EV supply chain, and data centers. This region doesn't scream, it scales. And whilst some countries still look down on Southeast Asia, the numbers are moving, the infrastructure is growing, and the middle class is expanding. The future doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it builds quietly. Southeast Asia might not be loud, but it's moving. And if you're paying attention, you'll see where the momentum is.
Did you know that Kuala Lumpur's most iconic building was only built because the British thought the old offices were too ugly? This right here is the Sultan Abdul Samad building, the British headquarters during colonial Malaysia. That's it right there. What's wild is, it wasn't actually built for glamour. I suppose it looks very glamorous, but the main reason it was built is because British officers were embarrassed at how their wooden offices looked compared to the mosques, the temples of Kuala Lumpur. So, they built this. You can hear the lightning up there. It was completed in 1897 with a mixture of Indian and Victorian architecture. You can see it's now starting to rain. What an incredible place. So much history in one square. You have the old British cricket field, a British church over here, 1894 it was made, it was constructed. Then you've got the old British headquarters. Then you've got the flag when Malaysia gained independence here in 1957. This is Merdeka Square. What an incredible piece of history. And that
My father has lived in Malaysia for many years, and whenever he's out of Malaysia, he always tells me how much he misses it. If you had to describe Malaysia to someone who has never been here, how would you describe it?
First of all, Malaysia is like a beautiful jungle full of mystery. Very attractive and cute from outside, and not only splendid flowers or delicious fruits or fun and games, but from inside, strict, very strict rules and tradition it has. You have to come here with open heart and pure soul and good intentions. If you can get in a Malaysian flow, you can find a happiness for yourself and for everyone around you. Terima kasih dan keladi dear kawan. Jumpa lagi.
Jumpa lagi semua.
Some people who will try to disturb you, because you have Christian, you have Muslim, you have Buddhist, you have Hindu, you have everything.
Yes.
And the whole world is fighting, and you live together in such tolerance and with an open heart, because you are sure who you are. You know, there are always nations who try to steer problems. So you are young people, you must fight.
Yes, we
for your
will.
country.
I came back home to Stockholm after 4 weeks in Malaysia, and I just felt like I have to share the contrast of being there compared to being here. And besides the weather, it's cold here, it's warm there, it goes with the culture as well. The warmth that they have in the culture in Malaysia is unbelievable compared to what we have in Sweden. I mean, Sweden is my home country and I love it. I've been here since I was 7. I'm turning 42 this year, so I mean, it's my country. But wow, Malaysians, what a wonderful culture, what a wonderful people. My daughter had her birthday there, and the way she was celebrated, the way they held her, the warmth that we could feel, you know, and it's not even her family. I haven't witnessed that before, and I really wish that we adapt that warmth to the culture in Sweden. Sweden is very individualistic, and it's good in its way, of course, but there is a warmth, a togetherness that they have in Malaysia that I think needs to be adapted into the whole world. The way they accept all the religions there, the way they accept each other, it's so beautiful to see, and I really wish that for my country Sweden and for other countries as well.
Fakta negara Malaysia yang netizen Indonesia banyak tutup mata.
Nggak ada tukang parkir, semuanya sistem otomatis.
Ada pawai yang bantu-bantu atur jalan.
Hampir tak ada pungli di Malaysia.
Jelaskan dulu, C, pungli itu apa?
Pungutan liar.
Lowongan kerja ditempel di depan toko, sekaligus sama gaji dan benefitnya.
Tak ada syarat minimal usia.
Tak ada syarat pengalaman kerja minimal 3 tahun.
Hari Raya Idul Fitri, Cina, India, semua jalan tol di Malaysia gratis.
Harusnya pas hari raya itulah jalan tol ini banyak dapat duit.
Buat paspor kat Malaysia ni hari Minggu pun ada.
Jadi hari Minggu mereka nggak libur, C.
KWSP atau jaminan hari tua. Potongan untuk karyawan 9%.
Kontribusi perusahaan 12-13%.
Bisa ditarik sebagian untuk pendidikan, cicilan rumah, kesehatan atau dana darurat. Tapi syarat dan ketentuan berlaku.
Tiap komplek perumahan dia ni ada playground outdoor.
Oh, yang macam kat taman kanak-kanak tu
Kiri kanan perkebunan sawit, tapi jalannya udah aspal.
Sekolah, kantor polisi pun gedung dia bagus-bagus, Mak Yu, padahal dekat kampung.
Satu perkara yang selalu orang luar sebut adalah tentang rakyat Malaysia. Mereka kata orang Malaysia suka menolong walaupun tidak kenal. Tunjuk jalan, ajar bahasa, cadang tempat makan, bahkan kadang-kadang belanja makan. Bagi kita mungkin itu perkara kecil, tetapi bagi mereka itu perkara besar. Mereka kata di Malaysia, mereka rasa seperti manusia, bukan sekadar orang asing. Dan bila kita dengar itu, kita mula sedar bahawa kebaikan kecil itulah yang sebenarnya sangat besar. Orang luar juga selalu kata Malaysia bukan hanya kaya dengan pembangunan, tetapi kaya dengan budaya dan manusia. Dalam satu negara ada banyak bangsa, banyak bahasa, banyak makanan, banyak perayaan. Melayu, Cina, India, Kadazan, Iban, dan banyak lagi hidup bersama setiap hari. Bagi kita ini biasa, tetapi bagi mereka ini sangat luar biasa. Mereka kata bukan senang untuk jumpa negara yang berbeza-beza tetapi masih boleh duduk semeja dan makan bersama.
I had a very bad perceptions about Malaysia, unfortunately.
Oh, okay, really? Before you came?
Before I came.
Because this is your first time, right?
This is my first time in Malaysia. I was thinking, oh, our Malaysians, brother, not doing enough for Palestine. But it totally changed my mind. Such a blessed country, such a blessed and
1 week
kind.
only, eh?
Yeah.
If you stay 1 month, more will change.
Yeah. So such a kind people, such a humble people, people who are doing so much for Palestine, but in a different way. I was thinking why your Prime Minister, why your other peoples are not speaking for Palestine. But sometimes you misjudge. Most of the time you misjudge. When you don't see someone deeply, you are misjudging. Most of the time. When I was misjudging that Malaysia is not doing enough for our Gaza. And they are doing so much for people of Gaza, for Muslimhood, for Ummah. So much. I was humbled to see your Prime Minister in our conference. By the way, I came for a conference, Prophetic Summit, where I learned how we can integrate and mainstream Islam into our work. What is Islamic leadership? What is Seerah of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? How we can copy it and put all those things in our life, in our practical life. That was the purpose of this Prophetic Summit, which happened in Putrajaya. So your Prime Minister came, a sister came, Noor.
The daughter of the Prime Minister.
The daughter of the Prime Minister. She came and she gave us such an inspiring lecture. And the Prime Minister himself came with a Pakistani alim. He came with a Pakistan
There was
Maulana Jamil. He came and he came to our conference and then he appreciated us and he says Pakistan Zindabad.
Zindabad.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So I felt it as a home. So Malaysia, I felt it. And you know what? I'm thinking to send my daughters and children to study here.
You are most welcome, Brother Amjad. Malaysia is always your second home.
Bila saya cakap saya duduk di Malaysia untuk 9 tahun, orang tanya sahaja, kenapa? Apa lebih baik di sini daripada Poland? And there are 4 main reasons untuk saya. I'm gonna switch to English because I don't think I'm there yet to express myself in Bahasa Melayu. So the first thing is the energy, the people, the kindness, the atmosphere on a daily basis. I will have to explain it. So, just to give you an example, in Poland, it's a very Slavic culture. People usually have a little bit cold personality. So when you walk on the street, people don't usually smile. People get stressed out or angry or tense very easily. To make you understand, I will give some of the situations that happened to me in Malaysia and in Poland and what is the reaction, so you'll understand what I mean. Let's say I'm entering the shop and someone is exiting at the same time and we bump into each other. In Malaysia, no problem. We kind of both smile, sometimes we both apologize, although obviously it's clearly my fault if I was pushing myself in and a person was exiting. But in Malaysia, there is never an issue. In Poland, when this happens to me, usually gets very tense, like people would comment, call me out, get angry, remind me of the rules in a very rude and tense way. Or for example, you're waiting in the line to buy something. In Malaysia, people tend to be patient, just feel like they know they can't really impact it, do anything about it, so they just take it as it is. In Poland, there will be a lot of sighs, a lot of, the tension in the air. And I'm a person that is very sensitive to it, so when people are smiling and kind and positive around me, I feel happier. But when there is so much grumpiness or that negative energy around me, I most likely would get grumpy or angry or anxious as well. So that's the first reason. I really like my daily basis in Malaysia, just surrounded by the positive outlook on life. Thing number 2 will need to go in the second video because I need to give you the example so you understand what I mean. So I'll split all those 4 reasons into 4 shorter videos.
Do they call to prayer from mosque loudspeakers in Malaysia? Yes, they do, 5 times a day. And in theory, you should be able to hear it pretty much wherever you are in Malaysia. For example, where I'm standing right now, you can see you've got here the floating mosque, then over here, just out of sight behind those buildings, you can just see the top of the state mosque. And although you can't see them, there are probably another 20 or so plus mosques just within this city centre or within a short drive. And the call to prayer is about to begin, so you will get to hear it. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Now, I did just miss the call to prayer at this different mosque. That's because I had to walk from the other one. It's about a 5-minute walk, which does show you how close they are to each other. But I wanted to show it to you anyway, because it's my favourite. It's very pretty. And it's a bit of an older mosque, but it's this lovely pink colour, very ornate, very beautiful. And of course, everyone is now inside doing their prayers. There you go. Wherever you are in Malaysia, you should be able to hear the call to prayer 5 times a day. And I, for one, love hearing it.
Embassy of Malaysia? Yes, I'd like to relocate my body, soul, and working Wi-Fi. I'm fluent in La, if I keep it under doctor-recommended doses, Selamat pagi, terima kasih, and tolong, because that's the vibe of this call. Look, I can blend. I will not argue sambal heat levels. I will respect nasi lemak as a breakfast, lunch, and personality test. If a durian shows up, I will not make a face. My country elected worse-smelling things. Logistics, I'll get a touch and go. I'll practice KL crosswalk sprinting and only say Patronus once a week. I'm reading the MM2H page and my soul left my body at fixed deposit, but I will find it. I'll even survive a Genting bus in the rain. If paperwork requires 12 passport photos, I'll have 14. Meanwhile, my country's busy making 1984 look like a weekend at Disney World. Mickey's fine. The truth isn't. I just want to live where the biggest crisis is picking Laksa style. Schedule the interview for dawn. I'll show up at yesterday. Yes, hold.
So I mentioned this to you today because this is the thing that stood out for me most on this lecture tour of Malaysia that I just returned from. The adab of the people. More than perhaps any other society or place I visited. Their impeccable adab that they have displayed, that they live, that comes natural for them. And if any one of you have visited Malaysia, you would notice this. It's not something that they put on, pretend and show. No, it comes natural for them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed them with good adab.
Bila orang luar cerita tentang Malaysia, sebenarnya mereka bukan sedang memuji semata-mata. Mereka sedang menunjukkan kepada kita sesuatu yang kita sudah lama tidak nampak, iaitu keindahan yang kita anggap biasa. Kadang-kadang kita fikir negara lain lebih baik, lebih hebat, lebih maju. Tetapi dari mata orang luar, Malaysia ada sesuatu yang sangat mahal, iaitu kehidupan, keamanan, makanan, budaya dan manusia. Jadi bila orang luar cerita tentang Malaysia dan kita terdiam, mungkin itu bukan kerana kita tidak tahu hendak jawab apa, tetapi kerana dalam diam itu kita mula sedar kita sebenarnya tinggal di sebuah negara yang orang lain sedang cari.
Arus story dari lensa dan cerita. Bukan sahaja dihayati, tapi dipelajari.